Thursday. Welcome to the last show of the week. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Alexi Intercheck.
And I'm Gabe Evans. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. We've got a packed show for you today, starting with a fun new place for you and your friends to hang out.
Yes, we do. And later on, stay tuned for our national news update with The Watch. You do not want to miss it.
So to start, lots of construction happening around Oxford lately, and one very exciting project is coming to the square.
Let's see who's moving into the Venice Kitchen area.
The Oxford community will now have 3 new hotspots for locals to enjoy. Venice Kitchen and a related franchise have abruptly closed last year, but now thanks to new management, these popular places are getting a bit of a revamp.
They closed down. We got absolutely no heads up and not much explanation, but we are very excited about the new owners and ready for a new start.
Manager Catherine Kelly says each franchise will now have its own theme. Downstairs restaurants named Estelle, after Faulkner's wife, and an upstairs bar called Whiskey Ranch, where bartender Bryce Namers will create their signature drinks.
Whiskey themed, right? So most of the drink, we'll have certain spritzes like a watermelon cooler or like a strawberry cooler, right? A chocolate Wrangler, like stuff like that.
One aspect of the new restaurant is that health is the main focus.
Focusing on locally sourced ingredients, like as much as possible, clean food. I feel like there's really something missing in the Oxford food scene, and we want to try to add that.
Both Catherine and Bryce are most excited about the atmosphere this new bar and restaurant will bring.
The atmosphere, I mean, this place used to bring in so many people from, who knows, every fraternity or sorority, so it's good to have like most of the same bartenders back and the guys used to work here, and it's going to be a great environment.
Since we're really hoping to be like an Oxford staple, something that when somebody says, hey, like we're going to Oxford, where should we go? We want them to go, oh, you need to go to Estelle and Whiskey Ranch.
This project site will be completed in just less than 2 weeks, just in time for you and your friends to enjoy it for Valentine's Day. The ranch is going to be the newest bar on the square. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Hallie Reeves.
Well, if that Whiskey Ranch story didn't make you buzzing with excitement, we have some more news, especially for football fans. The Board of Aldermen voted to allow the sale of alcohol to extend until 11 p.m. during the Super Bowl. This is 2 hours longer than the standard Sunday hours, which restrict alcohol sales from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mississippi's Alcoholic Beverage Control still needs to approve this proposed extension to guarantee that Chiefs and Eagles fans alike can be served alcoholic beverages at their favorite Oxford bar or restaurant.
Well, the semester is very young and a lot of people are coming back with New Year's resolutions. How are yours going?
Mine are going pretty well. My number one thing was to work on myself and prioritize being me. So how are yours doing?
They're going pretty good, but right now we're going to turn it over to NewsWatch reporter Jayla Lagarde. She has more on the goals of students this semester. Let's take a look.
As the new year rolls in, so do the many students on campus that have created goals for their second semester. Today, a few students share their New Year resolutions for 2025.
Hi, I'm Libby, and my New Year's resolution is to spend more time doing homework.
My New Year's resolution is that if it won't matter in 5 years, you won't spend 5 minutes worrying about it.
My New Year's resolution this year is to work a little bit harder on my classes and not procrastinate as bad, because I've been bad about it the past few years.
So my New Year's resolution is to get back in the gym.
My New Year's resolution is to practice my patience and to exercise grace to more people, because we all need some.
My New Year's resolution is to not be discouraged by failure and to constantly remind myself that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And I hope you know that as well. Whatever your New Year's resolution may be, I hope you all fulfill them. And if anyone can do it, it is the wonderful students of Ole Miss. This is Jayla Lagarde, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Well, if you're interested in music or performing arts, we have just the thing for you. The university's Department of Music is presenting Bradley Robertson on baritone and Amanda Johnson on piano for a title recital for everyone. The recital will delve into romance, sadness, horror, and humor tomorrow night at 7:30 in Nutt Auditorium. Admission is free.
The Ole Miss Big Event Cupid Run is sure to get you in the Valentine's Day spirit. This 5K is taking place this Saturday in the Circle to raise money for Ole Miss's largest day of service, called the Big Event. And if running isn't exactly your speed, they are also offering a walk. Registration is $40 and you can sign up through the forum website or through the link in their Instagram. And coming up, we'll have your national news with The Watch. Stay tuned to learn about the new developments of the bird flu.
Plus, see what the Ole Miss bookstore can do for you. These stories and more when we return.
freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
NewsWatch is a student-run newscast that goes live every week, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock.
NewsWatch is more than just a college team. It is an immersive learning experience. You learn certain skills that help you in your future journalism career.
RedWatch is just a cool experience because I want to do something in the sports world, so just to get the chance to do that on a platform like this, it's just a great opportunity.
We are the only live station in the Oxford-Lafayette area, with Tupelo being the closest. We cover all local news.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Red.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of hotty toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. In a major update, last week's tragic Potomac River collision. Recovery teams have now identified all 67 victims from the devastating crash between a commercial American Airlines jet and a Black Hawk helicopter. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner is now working to return the remains to their loved ones, while recovery efforts continue their mission at the crash site. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are set to meet with the National Transportation Safety Board and Federal Aviation Administration to address the circumstances of this incident. As this recovery phase concludes, hopefully these efforts can bring closure for all those affected by this heartbreaking tragedy. And a dramatic turn in the aftermath of California's wildfires, with insurance company Allstate announcing an expected claim payout of $1.1 billion. Despite the company's earlier efforts to reduce exposure by pulling out of high-risk California regions, Allstate still faces significant losses. This act reflects a broader industry trend as major insurance providers retreat from the fire-prone areas across the state. These mass withdrawals are creating a crisis for homeowners who must either accept dramatically higher premiums for reduced coverage or go without insurance protection entirely. Insurance industry analysis estimate the total cost of these wildfires could reach $45 billion, ranking among California's most expensive disasters to date. In a major policy shift yesterday, President Trump signed an executive order banning transgender women from competing in women's sports. During a White House ceremony, the president signed the order titled "Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports," declaring the, quote, "war on women's sports is over." The order ties compliance to Title IX, a federal law prohibiting sex-based discrimination in education. Programs receiving government funding, while supporters of the ban point to competitive advantages, opponents condemn it as discriminatory. This executive order joins a series of similar actions on transgender rights in the opening weeks of Trump's second term, many which now face legal challenges. The following month, tragic incident where a driver plowed through crowds on Bourbon Street. Law enforcement is now making changes with this year's Super Bowl game.
We are going to have approximately 2,000 law enforcement officers throughout this week. And you will actually also have law enforcement that is not in uniform. So we're going to embed quite a few plainclothes officers.
As the city prepares for kickoff, both law enforcement and organizers are working to ensure the big game remains a safe and memorable experience for all fans. Farmers, look out as a new strain of bird flu hits Nevada with multiple cattle infected. The USDA identified the strain, now named D-1.16 herds infested positive in Nevada. So far, this strain has only been found in birds and humans who had direct contact with infected birds, marking a concerning development in the virus spread. This outbreak raises concerning questions about future farming and containment as experts work to understand how dairy cattle are becoming exposed to the virus. Health officials are working closely to monitor the spread as they develop response measures. That's all the national news we have. I'll be back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Gabe. Well, as we head into the spring semester, NewsWatch reporter Caitlin Salas gives us a look at a hotspot for textbooks and all college necessities.
The bookstore offers a lot of great commodities from books all the way to merchandise, and today I got the pleasure to learn all about it.
The process of buying and renting textbooks is you can either place your order online or you can come to us directly in store and shop them for yourselves. Whenever you place an order online, the best way I think to do that is to go to My Ole Miss, click Order Materials at the top button. It's a top gray button, and then it takes you directly over to our website, and it's going to list all the books that you need for your courses. And then to rent, you can either do that in store as well, or you can do it online. And to rent them, you choose if you want to rent them or not, and then we make sure that y'all bring them back to us by the rental date, which is this time May 9th, 2025, and if not, then they charge a replacement fee as well as a 7.5% interest.
While books are a necessity, book buying and renting offers the full option and experience to do so online, although in-person shopping is still available.
And we also have the Lululemon launch that we did recently, and we love that. And the students, faculty, staff, everyone's just eating that up. There's actually a 50% off on the belt bags right now, on select items of the belt bags. And then we also have the textbooks that, students come in and rush for the first 2 weeks of class. We also have a full line of the Nike Coaches men's apparel, which is great. And we also have the Stony Clover launch that we also did this past year that we love as well.
As books are a necessity, merchandise and repping Ole Miss also is too, especially from pieces at the new Lululemon and Stony Clover stores. A lot of students agree that the new merchandise drop is great, along with the buying and renting through the online bookstore.
I think that the bookstore is amazing because there is a wide variety from Lululemon to Stony Clover to Nike, and then the textbooks are just so easy to get, and it's really functionable and just really helpful.
With this said, with all of these new features, the bookstore still also consists of their previous products such as Nike, Tommy Bahama, Ole Miss merchandise in general, and many more options such as study spaces, the Barnes & Nobles, and the Barnes & Nobles Cafe. Make sure to stay updated with all the latest drops and news at the bookstore. Reporting live in the Union directly from the bookstore, I'm Caitlin Salas, and you're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Because I love you. I want to be your only guy.
Because I love you, skip class with me. Let's stay in bed today.
Because
Because I love you, I just want to be with you so freaking much.
Because I love you.
I waited for you after Chem Lab.
You were walking with Mark?
Because I love you.
You shouldn't be hanging out with that dude.
You should know how dumb that makes me look. I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him?
Because I love you. This number, delete.
Because I love you. This Jason number,
delete.
And Ben,
delete.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
I'll let you give me your password instead. Because I love you.
I will check your texts every day.
You got lucky. Because I love you. Because I love you.
You think it's okay?
Because I love you. You understand.
Because I love you, you stop talking to your classmates.
And you feel completely alone.
Because I love you. That's not love.
Well, it has been a record-breaking past 2 weeks here in the North Mississippi area, and we are about to change that for at least a couple of days. Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm William Traylor with your local weather. 74 degrees is what we've been working with today. We've been in that mid-70 range basically all day long today, and that's been great. All week long, really. That's been a great time to be outside, to be getting that yard work done that you haven't been getting done for a while. Maybe even if you're like me and your Christmas lights are still up, maybe go and take those down since it's not too cold to be able to do that. So going throughout this week, we're going to see that change just a little bit. Tonight, as you see right here, we have a 41% chance of precipitation. That's really going to kick off more into the late hours of this evening. Now, we'll show you that radar in just one moment, but what we want to show you right now are these regional temperatures, these wonderful 70-degree temperatures that are well above our highs for beginning February. And that's coming from a high system that's been staying right around this area in the southeast. Now you see where these clouds kind of sit right here in the Oklahoma Panhandle area, the top of Texas and going over to Tennessee. That is that high pressure system that's really just been lingering there. It hasn't moved a whole lot. We kind of wish it would, so it'd keep this warm air here, but it's not. It's just going to kind of stick around until next weekend. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but there's going to be some colder weather that comes in, and that colder weather is going to start this evening. We're going to go down to the low of 47 degrees tonight, and that's really going to kind of bring in the first bit of cold air that we're going to have for the month of February. 47 degrees tonight, that same 47% chance precipitation that's going to come in this evening. Now, as we move into tomorrow, that's really the other story that we want to talk about. But first, take a look at this. Take a look at our highs, our record highs. You can see for Memphis and in this area, 79 degrees is the high for, let me get out of the way here, 79 degrees is the high for the 7th of February in this area. That record was set in 2017. We are only 4 degrees away from breaking that record. We are actually, I think we actually broke this record today. 73 was the high in 2019, but it was 74 today. So look at that, another record-breaking February here in North Mississippi. Now, tomorrow we're going to go to that 58-degree high. That's the coolest high we've had all month long. We're going to kind of stick with that 50 area for at least a couple of days. Tomorrow, that's going to be the case around the region. 58 in South Haven, 53 in Corinth, 59 down in Tupelo, and that same 58 degrees right here in Oxford. Now, for your 5-day forecast, this is what we were talking about just one moment ago. That's really going to kind of ebb and flow over the next couple of days. 58 tomorrow, like I said, but Saturday we're going right back up to 75 degrees. Sunday, Monday, though, down into the 40s for those highs. That's more what we expect to see in the month of February, and those lows are going to stay right around that same area in the 40s and upper 30s. So hope you keep those jackets handy.
What the heck? I thought we were sticking with the warm weather.
This
is not the news I needed to hear today.
You know, I had to bring some of that cold back. I miss it. It's got to be here, at least for February. We'll talk about more in March.
Well, I love the cold. I have not been a fan of these mid-70s.
I agree. Well, I have that winter wardrobe going. That's where it's supposed to be right now. Like that's what I'm used to.
All right. Well, as temperatures kind of cool off, we're heating up more in sports with basketball and things.
Yes, we are. Coming up, let's talk about some Rebel hoops with a big win against the Wildcats on Tuesday and women's basketball hosting in the Pavilion tonight. This and more coming on up after the break.
The funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely and went straight to walking and running. She was such an eager little girl. Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannibal up there wanted you.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Welcome back, Rebs. I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch. Starting off, Rebel Hoops won big this week with a shutdown against Kentucky in the Pavilion. Rebs saw some good stats from players like Dre Davis, Matthew Morrell, and of course, Sean Padula. Sports reporter Caitlin Salas was there to catch the exciting game.
The Rebs had a comeback game this past Tuesday against the Kentucky Wildcats, ultimately winning 98-84 with the great lead by Matthew Morrell after coming back from injury.
It's like finally getting your head above water, but just got to keep working, keep building from it, take this confidence into the next game.
Alongside Morrell, standout players of the game also included Juju Murray, Malik Dia, and Jamin Brakefield, and these three players with their whole team pushed hard to remain hot for the first half after a tough loss against Auburn this past Saturday. While the Rebs ended up the first half with a score of 54, this was the most amount of points accumulated in the first half of a game since November of 2013.
I thought our defense was our best 20 minutes of defense in the first half. Second half, I'm working on this deal where you smell the roses along the way and try to stay positive, but first half defense was really, really good. Second half, just a lot we can get better at.
With this slight downfall in the second half, the game came close with the Rebs having to shift their mindset offensively to defensively, now with Dia leading in points starting off the half. Juju, along with the team knew Kentucky's defense was now working extra hard to get back in the game, so this half mattered, although towards the end knew that improvement was to come for their future games.
Credit to Kentucky, that's a great team. But I would just say, our mindset was just getting back to, just making a couple passes, driving the basketball, and just finding our teammates.
What a great game with such competitive play here tonight at the Pavilion. Make sure to keep supporting the Rebs throughout the rest of their season, especially in their upcoming SEC play. Once again at the Pavilion, I'm Caitlin Salas, and you're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Keeping it on the court, the women's basketball team is hosting number 15 Oklahoma to celebrate yesterday's National Girls and Women's in Sports Day. For the first time, Ole Miss and Oklahoma are set for tip-off as conference rivals. The Rebels have faced the Sooners each other for the past 2 seasons. The first time, the Sooners are traveling to Oxford since the 77-75 victory for the Rebels in 1991.
Leading up to this exciting matchup, the Rebels beat number 23, Vanderbilt, Sunday afternoon 76-71. The standout front court duo, Star Jacobs and Madison Scott, scored 24 and 16 points against the Commodores. Scott has continued to prove herself as a vital player on the court in the last 4 games, and we look forward to seeing what she does tonight. Watch live from the SBJ Pavilion with a tip-off at 6:30 or live on the SEC Network Plus. That's all I've got for sports. Be sure to tune in to our sports talk show Rebel Watch tomorrow at 5 on YouTube. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Filling up something far more important than any feed. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Well, over the break, students got a chance to go home and spend some much-needed time with family.
They sure did. That's right. Our break lasted almost a month and a half.
Yes, it did. And I know that over the break, I had a chance to relax. But let's see what some of the other Rebs were up to.
Welcome back, Rebs. I don't know if you missed me, but I sure did miss you. Today, we're going to find out what people were up to over the break.
I skied a lot. Okay. Hung out with friends.
Where'd you go skiing?
Sunday River. It's in Bethel, Maine.
Wow, okay, that's a little unique. That's different. Yeah. So how do you feel about this semester? Like, are you feeling confident in your classes?
Yep, I'm actually on the way to the library right now.
Okay, look at this academic weapon. Yes.
I went shopping with my mom mostly. We went back to school shopping and we went apartment shopping as well.
Okay, so apartments here?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Did you get any, what was the best thing you bought while you went shopping?
I think the best thing I bought, it was probably I got me a leather jacket from Walmart. That was a good thing.
Yeah, it got cold. You needed that.
I spent a lot of time hiking. Okay. It's a lot of time skiing too.
So where'd you go to do that?
I'm from Seattle area, so it's a lot of by Stevens Pass, hit Rainier as well, Mount Baker as well.
So is the stereotype true? Is there a lot of rain in Seattle?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you hike through it?
Yep.
I went to Mexico with my family and my neighbors, and we went to 2 states and at least 10 or 12 towns.
That's a really eventful break. How do you feel about being back now after that?
My break wasn't even a break. We were moving so much that I'm so tired, honestly.
Yeah. You need another week off?
I do need another week off.
Well, it seems like we all had pretty eventful winter breaks, but now it's time to lock in. This has been reporter Rosie Matlock. See you next week.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in next week. I'm Alexi Anderchek.
And I'm Gabe Evans with your latest news.
I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch.
And with Storm Watch, I'm William Trailer.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in next week at 5.
NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live
and keep it local.
Have a